Hello there, I'm Jimmy Vegas and welcome to the 13th video in a series of game development tutorials on how to make your own 3D platform game in Unity 6. In this tutorial we'll be covering a main menu. Remember to subscribe and click on the notification bell to stay up to date with every tutorial I upload. Feel free to leave a comment and drop a like. I also have a Patreon page where you can help be a part of this channel, and you'll also find all the scripts and the assets to this series there too, along with plenty of other things. You can also now join as a free member. Now, on with the tutorial. So we already have our scenes in place here: credits, level, main menu, reset, splash screen. Obviously the one we're going to be working in is the main menu. And the general idea of what a main menu is, obviously, is mostly UI based, with maybe something in the background to look kind of cool, but it's going to be working with things like buttons and on-screen UI, text and things like that. So we're going to create a button which is effectively going to function as our play button or start game button, and then it will take us into our levels. So what I think we'll start by doing is changing the skybox, because I don't really like this plain skybox, the default one. Let's have it looking somewhat cool. We can use a skybox that we imported previously, so we can go to Window, Rendering, Lighting, and then click on Environment. Let's change the skybox material to, well, you can change it to anything you want really, but I'm going to change it to this green one, I think. Does that look okay? I think that looks okay. That should do the trick. What I might also do is attach an empty game object to this scene, and we'll call this menu controls. And I'm then going to go to my scripts, and let's have the skybox rotation on there. And I'm just going to press play because I just want to see what this looks like, because I haven't actually tried this out yet, with the green at least. How does that look? Once Unity decides it wants to compile everything. Anyway, we'll have a quick look at this, and then we'll look at the buttons. Yeah, that'll do the trick. Okay, so how do we get a button in here, and how do we make a button work? Well, it's actually very simple, but there's a specific process you have to follow to make sure it all does work correctly. So let's go to Game Object, let's go to UI, and add in a button right there. I'm going to name this Start Game. And double click it so we can zoom out, and let's put it into a decent position of our screen. More than likely it's going to be center-ish, so let's zero everything out there. Double click. Oh, where's it going? Not minus 5,300. There we go. Okay, so we have it in the center of our canvas now. However, we need to change our canvas size, so let's go to Canvas, and let's go down here, UI Scale Mode, Scale with Screen Size. And let's put the settings that we put in for the previous screen. So 1920 and 1080. And as mentioned previously, if you want to have this as like 4K, you just put the 4K resolution in there. 3840 and 2160, sorry. And 0.5. Now let's change the size of this button, because it's quite small and we want it to be much bigger and saying Start Game. So let's go to the button. Let's go to our Rect tool, which is this one here. And let's resize to maybe about there. How's that look? That might do the trick. Let's bring it into the middle. And now what we'll do is we'll play around with how the button actually looks. Now I want it to just say Start Game with no border around it or anything like that. So what I'll say is normal color down here on the button component. Let's set the alpha to 0. And already we can see in game that it looks like it's disappeared, but that's because the text currently is black, and we will change that. Highlighted color, we'll have that as a nice kind of lime greenish kind of color. Again, you'll see what all this means when we get to it. Pressed color, we'll have this as, let's have it as a very, very dark gray. And selected color, we'll leave that as it is for now, and disable color, we'll leave them as well. I just want to kind of change this button so we can see it actually working in real time. So what we'll do is we'll change the text of it now, and instead of the text input saying button, we'll change this to say Start Game. And now we need to change the color of the button and the actual button itself, you know, the text on it, I should say. So we could change a lot of things here and change it to white. So let's change the vertex color to white right there. Let's change the font style to bold. Let's have the font size much bigger. So let's have this as 48. That might be a bit too big. It might be okay. We don't actually have specific fonts we can use at the moment, but we might look at bringing in a font pretty soon. But we'll see how it goes. You could have it italic if you wanted to, or underline it, whatever you wanted. I recommend playing around with some of these settings just to see how it looks. But what we'll do is we'll press play now, and you can see how this button will work in real time. Like, there's no coding on this, no nothing, but it's amazing what you can do with this button just by default. So if we go over it, you can see, there we go. We are selected, and if we press it, it turns into that very, very dark grey. Like if I hold it down, there we go. So you'd clearly be able to select that button. It's quite obvious which button you're hovering over, what you've pressed and stuff like that. What I will do is I will make this a little bit bigger though, and then move it back into the center. Okay, that should do the trick. So how do we make it now so as this button actually works, actually takes us to our game? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to create a script specifically for the main menu. Now, this script will grow and grow and grow as we get further into development, because there's going to be more and more things that we need it to work with on our main menu screen. So let's right-click, create a new script, and let's call this, if I change my capitalization, main menu control. And let's open that up in Visual Studio. Now, when we get into here, we've obviously dealt with variables and we've dealt with methods previously, but the method we're going to write in this one needs to be slightly different, and I'll explain why as we get into it. Now, there's no reason for us to stick any variables in this just yet. It's more kind of the idea of our main menu being functional. And because the main menu is going to be changing scenes, we need to add into our namespace at the top. Now, we've done this previously with the respawn level. So we just need to add using Unity engine.scene management, semicolon. And what it means is that instead of having anything in the void update or void start, we create a whole new method. So this method will then be attached to the button. And to do that, we need to say public void. And we'll call this start game, open close bracket, open curly bracket. And what do we want this button to do? Well, we actually want this button to do quite a few things. But for all intents and purposes, the main thing we want it to do is going to be to transfer to the game. Now, as we get to the end of this particular tutorial, into the next one and into the one after, you'll see just what I mean, where we want this button to do multiple things. So for now, we'll say scene manager.load scene, and in brackets, I can't remember the scene number. Let me quickly check. If you can't remember the scene number, head back into Unity. File, build profiles, and let's quickly check our scene. So we want it to be level 01. I mean, theoretically, it could be 3. Let me think how we're going to actually do that. For now, we'll just set it as 4, but eventually we might go to 3, depending on where coding goes. Either way, it will take us to level 01. So let's set it as 4, just for now. Close bracket, semicolon, and save. Let me get rid of the annotations. I'm not going to get rid of start and update just yet because we may need them a little later on. But what I will do, if you have any problems with this script at all, I know it's a very simple one, you should be okay, but it'll be in the pinned comment. If you head down there, click on the link, and you can go and download this script for free. So the idea is that when we press play, we should be able to interact with our button, and it will take us to our level, and then we can play our level as normal. So once Unity has had a bit of a think, we should then be able to, come on Unity, sometime today. Don't you just love it when Unity decides it wants to take a break? If only I could take a break. Okay, it's doing something now. So let's press play, and let's make sure that the actual start game text fits inside the button now and doesn't kind of edge just off the end of it. We should be okay. Yep, that looks absolutely fine. So we can hover over. Cool. Press it. Oh, and I've made a fatal mistake there. What have I not done? I'm pretty sure everyone's screaming at me. Yeah, I didn't attach the script, did I? So let's go to main menu controls, and let's drag and drop the main menu control onto there. And you can see it is on there. No variables just yet, but this is the key bit. So start game. And down here, you've got on click, list is empty, right? So click on the plus. And then here you have to drag an object. Well, let's drag and drop the main menu controls onto there. And then you'll see something called no function. We need to change that to reference the script that we've created, in this case, main menu control. And then if you look in there, you'll see a couple of important methods. Obviously, the most important one being start game. So if you click start game, what we've done here is we've said this button, whenever we click it, reference the script on this object called main menu control, and then run the method called start game. Obviously, start game means take us to our next scene. So in this case, at least we've seen that our button works now, at least the colouring of it. So we should be able to click this and we'll go to our game. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. And we can fall off and restart our level. Awesome. So what I want to do next time is build up this main menu a bit more. It's very, very basic and very primitive right now. But what we want to do is let's add some background music to it. Let's make some other buttons and let's add some button sound effects to this. So whenever we click it, it plays the sound effect and then fades out and then goes into our game. So it's kind of like a sequence process that we're going to be going through in the next tutorial. So remember to subscribe, click that notification bell, and you can stay up to date with every tutorial still to come in this series. And I'll see you in the next one.